Greetings. In Jeremiah 29:11, we read, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." In other words, God created each of us with plans to prosper us, give us hope and a future. The challenge for me was to learn about God's plan and how I could live in accordance with his plan or in harmony with his plan. Have you ever felt that way? Wondering what plans God has for you and how you could live in harmony with those plans? Because being in the center of God's will is absolutely the very best place to be. Well, the Bible says many things about that. And I found that by spending time with God, through reading the Bible, through prayer, reflecting on my own circumstances, and thinking about how we are created or how I was created with special talents, and then through the wise counsel of godly men and women, God helped me understand what his plans were for both me and what his general plans were. Another reference was Experiencing God by Henry Blackaby and Claude King. It's a remarkable book that provides great insights into learning about God's plans. They cite the experiences of Noah and Moses as examples of God inviting them to join him in his work. In other words, as God reveals where he is working, it is an invitation for a person to join him. And then in that process of working with God in his plan, you then start to experience God. Before God extends an invitation to a person, however, there needs to be a personal relationship between that person and God. And I think that's the key to this business about understanding God's plans, is that we need to have that personal relationship. And the way you do that is to spend time with him. As it says in Jeremiah 29:13, "And ye shall seek me and find me when ye shall search for me with all your heart." We need to do that in our studies and devotions if we really truly want to know what God's plans are. Do you want to experience God's in your life and live in harmony with his plan? Well, I do suggest then that you do spend time with God and with your whole heart, seek after him. And just think about the wonderfulness of being able to use all those good, extraordinary gifts that God has given you for good purposes, and to join him in working on his plans and experience God in your life. I think it would be wonderful if the entire world, if our families, our communities, our nations, our world were all in harmony with God's plans. We would then be a people that would be loving each other and loving the Lord. So I think that this principle is very important. So let's dig a little deeper into it, and as we study Time for Christ in our notes, in our handouts.